Do things always go according to plan for you? Or does life spiral out of control and chaos takes its place? Let me tell you about Sarah, a young professional whose life was spiraling out of control. Every morning, she'd wake up to an avalanche of notifications, each one triggering a new wave of anxiety. Work emails would send her heart racing. Social media comments would ruin her entire day. The constant stream of news about global crises would leave her paralyzed with fear about the future. Does this sound familiar? Perhaps you felt that same overwhelming surge of emotions in your own life. Maybe you've experienced that moment when a single negative comment seems to shatter your inner peace, or when uncertainty about the future keeps you awake at night. Sarah's story, and possibly your own, reflects a crisis of our time. We're living in an age of emotional overload, where our ancient brain circuitry struggles to cope with the constant barrage of modern triggers. But here's where our story takes an unexpected turn. The solution to this thoroughly modern problem might just lie in a philosophy that's over 2,000 years old. Welcome to the transformative world of Stoicism, not as a dusty philosophical concept, but as a practical toolkit for emotional mastery in our digital age. By the end of this journey, you'll discover how this ancient wisdom can revolutionize your emotional landscape and help you find unshakable calm in the chaos of modern life. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. What you see is your reflection, but what you feel about that reflection comes from within. This is the fundamental truth about emotions that the Stoics understood millennia ago. Our feelings aren't simply happening to us. We're actively creating them through our judgments and interpretations. Let's follow two colleagues, Michael and David, through the same challenging situation. Both receive an email from their boss late Friday afternoon, requesting significant changes to a project they thought was complete. Michael's response: immediate anger. How dare they dump this on me before the weekend? Stress spirals. This means my entire weekend is ruined. Self-doubt. Maybe I'm not good enough at my job. Resentment builds. They never appreciate my work. David's response: initial pause. Let me understand what's being asked. Perspective taking. This could improve the project. Solution focusing. How can I handle this efficiently? Growth mindset. This is a chance to strengthen my skills. Same trigger, dramatically different responses. As Epictetus wisely noted, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it, that matters. This isn't just ancient philosophy, it's backed by modern neuroscience, which shows that our interpretations of events, not the events themselves, trigger our emotional responses. Take out a journal and try this revealing exercise. List your 3 most recent strong emotional reactions. For each, write down the triggering event, just the facts, your interpretation of what it meant, the resulting emotion, alternative interpretations that could be equally true. Notice patterns in your interpretations. Are you prone to catastrophizing, assuming the worst, personalizing, taking things as personal attacks, overgeneralizing, seeing one event as a universal truth? In our current follow your heart culture, suggesting that we should question our emotions might seem almost heretical. But the Stoics understood something crucial that modern psychology has only recently caught up to. Emotions are information, not instructions. When Marcus Aurelius ruled the Roman Empire, he faced daily challenges that could easily have overwhelmed him: political conspiracies, military threats, personal betrayals. Yet in his private journals, later published as Meditations, he developed a systematic approach to emotional management that's surprisingly relevant today. Consider this passage. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Now, let's translate this into modern terms. Scenario. You post about a personal achievement, and among 20 positive comments, you receive one negative response. Your heart sinks, your mood shifts, and suddenly your accomplishment feels tainted. The Stoic response protocol. Recognition. Notice the emotional response. Identify the physical sensations. Racing heart, tightness in chest. Acknowledge the immediate urge to react. Analysis. Question the power you're giving to one person's opinion. Examine why this comment affects you so strongly. Consider the commenter's possible motivations or circumstances. Perspective shift. Remember the positive responses. Question whether this will matter in a week, month, or year. Consider what advice you'd give a friend in the same situation. Wise response. Choose a response based on your values, not your immediate emotions. Use the situation as an opportunity for growth. Practice gratitude for the chance to strengthen your emotional resilience. Draw a pyramid with 3 levels. Bottom. Write the emotional trigger and your immediate reaction. Middle. List 3 alternative perspectives on the situation. Top. Write the wisest response you could choose. We're living in what psychologists call an attention economy, where every app, platform, and media outlet is competing for our emotional engagement. This environment has turned many of us into emotional robots, automatically reacting to every ping, notification, and headline. When we're triggered, our amygdala, the brain's emotional center, activates within milliseconds, while our prefrontal cortex, responsible for rational thought, takes several seconds to engage. This explains why we often react before we think. The Stoics, without knowing the neuroscience, developed practices to interrupt this automatic response. Advanced techniques for emotional mastery, the enhanced pause protocol. Step 1. Physical reset. Take 3 deep breaths, counting to 4 on each inhale and exhale. Feel your feet firmly on the ground. Relax your shoulders and jaw. Step 2. Mental reset. Name the emotion you're feeling. Locate where you feel it in your body. Imagine creating space around the sensation. Step 3. Perspective reset. Ask, is this how my wisest self would respond? Consider, what would I tell a friend in this situation? Question, will this matter in 5 years? For 1 week, set random timers throughout your day. When they go off, notice your current emotional state. Identify any recent triggers. Practice the pause protocol. Document the difference between immediate and delayed responses. The modern evening review. Create a digital or physical journal with these daily prompts. What triggered strong emotions today? How did I respond in the moment? What alternative responses were available? What patterns am I noticing in my emotional reactions? How can I prepare better for tomorrow? Strategic preparation, emotional fire drilling. The Stoic practice of negative visualization gets a modern upgrade. Morning preparation. Visualize potential challenges in your upcoming day. Mentally rehearse calm, wise responses. Set specific intention for emotional management. Create scenarios that typically trigger you. Then, write out your ideal response. Practice physically, facial expression, posture, breathing. Rehearse mentally throughout the day. Document real-life applications and results. Anger in the digital age, from trigger to transformation. Picture this. You're CC'd on an email chain where a colleague subtly undermines your work in front of the entire team. Your fingers hover over the keyboard, adrenaline coursing through your veins, ready to craft the perfect takedown. Stop. This is your opportunity to practice Stoic wisdom. As Epictetus advised, remember that it is not he who reviles you or strikes you, who insults you, but it is your opinion about these things as being insulting. The STAR method for managing digital age anger. Stop. Implement the pause protocol. Track. Notice physical and emotional responses. Analyze. Question your interpretations. Respond. Choose wisdom over reaction. When anger arises, write out your triggered response in detail. Wait 24 hours. Write a wise response. Compare the two. Document what you learn about your anger patterns. Anxiety in an uncertain world, finding peace in chaos. Modern life seems designed to generate anxiety. We're constantly bombarded with economic uncertainties, global challenges, technological changes, social pressures, career demands, health concerns. Yet Seneca's wisdom remains relevant. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The modern Stoic's anxiety management system, Clarity Creation, list all current anxieties, categorize them into direct control, indirect influence, no control, focus energy only on the first category. Reality testing. For each anxiety, what's the worst possible outcome? How likely is this outcome? What resources do I have to handle it? What opportunities might it present? Action planning. Create specific steps for manageable concerns. Develop acceptance strategies for uncontrollable factors. Build support systems for challenging times. Create 3 columns: anxiety trigger, current response, Stoic response. Fill this out daily for a week, noting patterns and improvements. Fear in the age of FOMO, transforming digital age fears. Modern fears have evolved. Fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of becoming irrelevant, fear of not measuring up, fear of being left behind. The Stoic approach to fear involves understanding that external circumstances don't determine our worth or happiness. Create a fear inventory. List current fears. For each fear, identify the underlying belief, question its validity, create a growth-focused reframe. Develop specific action steps, track progress weekly. Emotional resilience isn't about eliminating emotions. It's about developing the strength to navigate them wisely. As Seneca noted, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. The modern resilience training program, daily practices, morning intention setting, midday pause and reflect, evening review, gratitude practice, weekly challenges, technology fasts, comfort zone expansion, deliberate discomfort practice, social media boundaries, monthly reviews, progress assessment, pattern recognition, strategy adjustment, goal setting. Choose one small daily discomfort: cold showers, digital device limits, delayed gratification, public speaking. Practice for 30 days, documenting your growing resilience. Morning routine, intention setting. Review potential challenges, set emotional management goals, prepare specific responses. Midday check-in, emotional awareness scan, response assessment, course corrections as needed. Evening integration, review emotional responses, document lessons learned, plan for tomorrow. Remember Marcus Aurelius's profound insight: very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a practical path to emotional freedom in our modern world. You now possess more than just knowledge. You have a complete system for emotional mastery that bridges ancient wisdom with modern challenges. The Stoics weren't emotionless automatons. They were individuals who understood that true freedom comes from managing our emotional responses wisely. Remember Sarah from our opening story? By applying these Stoic principles, she transformed her relationship with emotions. The same notifications that once triggered anxiety became opportunities for practice. Social media comments that would have ruined her day became chances to exercise wisdom. Most importantly, she discovered an inner strength she never knew she had. Your journey to emotional mastery starts now. Each trigger is an opportunity. Each challenge is a chance to grow stronger. In a world designed to provoke emotional reactions, you have the power to choose your response. Start your journey today. Choose one technique from this video, practice it deliberately for the next week, share your experience in the comments below. Join our community of modern Stoics. Remember, your emotions are powerful, but your wisdom can be even more powerful. The ancient Stoics laid the foundation. Now it's your turn to build upon it in the digital age. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Stoic wisdom. Until next time, stay strong, stay wise, and keep practicing.